So first of all, you gotta download the Pumpkin Card free SVG along with the Pumpkin SVG by visiting the VIP library.
You can access the free library by going to my website Ninja Java Crafts, then click on free SVGs from the menu, scroll down and join the VIP list by entering your name and email. Click on the button Count Me In, and you will receive an email with the link to the free SVG library. So go ahead and do that.
Once you have downloaded the SVG, go to Design Space and click on Upload to upload the SVG files onto your canvas. Okay, so once the file is on your canvas, we gotta prepare it first so that it's ready to be cut and scored. So the downside of this thing is that once you import the images, they don't have the score lines defined. So as you can see right now, it's all cut. So right now it's all cut on the side. As you can see, we need to change this so it says score instead of cut for some of these things. So go ahead and go to your side, right hand side panel, and click on all the layers which have lines, as you can see over here. So this one and this one. Let me just zoom in so that it's easier for you to see. So, and make sure that you hold the shift key on your keyboard when you're selecting all of these so that you can select multiple of those at once. Oops, this is not what I want to click on. This is not what I want to select. I'm just going to select the lines over here because we want to change them to score lines. All right, so all done. Now I'm just going to go to the line type and select score from here. All right. So now you can see the lines have turned into dash lines, which means they're now score lines instead of cut lines. This is extremely important to do because you don't want the flaps to be cut off. You want it to be scored over here on the sides. So once that's done, we have another step over here. We need to attach, because if you just go to the mat right now, all the score lines are gonna separate out into a different mat, which we don't want. So go ahead and click on each of these groups. So I have already arranged them into groups. First, ungroup it all. And now you'll have all these different groups. So there's pumpkin cart, score cut, score cut, score cut. So you gotta attach all of these. So click on one group and click on attach. So now you can see it's attached together. The score lines are attached to the cut. So go ahead and do this for all of these over here. All right, looks like all of this is done. All right, so we have all of these attached to, the score lines are attached to the cut, and now we can go ahead and cut it out. So once you're ready, just click on Make It. And now it's time to arrange everything on the mats. So I'm just going to take a couple of minutes to fix up everything so that it's according to how I want it to cut. All right, looks like everything is perfectly arranged. Now I'm just going to click on continue. So go ahead and connect your machine now. So most of my cardstock is medium cardstock. So I'm going to go ahead and select this, and I'm going to switch around as I switch around my cardstock, because there's one which is 250 GSM, and you got to figure out what's the weight of your cardstock. Usually, if you order from Cricut.com, they usually have medium and light cardstock, so you can just follow the directions given on that pack. Or if you are using some other cardstock, look around on the pack to figure out which what's the weight of the cardstock and use those settings. So I'm gonna go ahead and load my mat. So for this project, you'd be needing both the scoring wheel as well as your fine point blade. So first of all, the Cricut is gonna score everything. So we've gotta attach the scoring wheel first and get everything scored. All right, all the scoring is done. Now I'm just gonna change the scoring wheel to the premium fine point blade and get everything cut. One thing to keep in mind is when you're cutting out the letters, uh, when you're cutting out the words, when you reach that mat, make sure that you go ahead and select intricate cardstock for intricate cuts, so that your text comes out pretty nice and clean. So first off, go ahead and arrange all the pieces based on what they're meant for. So these are all my body pieces, and these are the handles and the leg. And then we have the wheel, and then these are the overlays for all the different parts, all the different sides of the card. We can keep them here. And then we have all the pumpkins. So here are all my pumpkin pieces on this side. So go ahead and arrange everything first so you can easily assemble it later on. Alright, so we're going to start with assembling the wheel first. I'm going to move these away. So I'm going to start with assembling the wheel. I've already done one here, as you can see. So first off, start by folding all the grooves inside so that it's easier to stick it. Alright, now we're gonna apply some glue and stick the grooves all around the wheel like this. I'm using this tacky glue like I mentioned earlier. It's perfect for paper crafts because it dries off real quick and, as they say, bonds paper in less than a minute. So I'm using this one, and the tip here is to just apply glue on 3 to 4 grooves and then add it to the, and then attach it and then move on to the next one. If you apply glue to all of the grooves at once, it's going to dry off real quick and it's not going to be helpful at all in sticking. So here, as you can see, I've applied glue to only like 4 or 5 grooves, and I'm just gonna hold it for a couple of seconds until it dries off. It dries off real quick, so don't ever have to worry about it. So I'm going to go ahead and do this for all the grooves here. So one side of the wheel is done. Now I'm going to work on the other side just like I did on the previous side. I'm going to apply glue little by little and attach the circle to the grooves. So you got to be very gentle and patient to get this thing stuck and glued properly. So once the wheel is done, it's time to attach the spokes, and my spokes are here, as you can see. So I'm just gonna add the glue on the edge of all the spokes and like this, and I'm just gonna place it on top of the wheel. A tweezer might be helpful for this step because the spokes are pretty small. Now we gotta attach the top layer of the wheel, and I'm just gonna apply glue on. So you're going to sandwich the spokes between the wheel and the top layer like this. I have recently really enjoyed paper crafting since the time I caught my cricket. It's so amazing to see all those paper models created by other people. It's just so beautiful. Alright, now we're going to attach the circle, and I'm just going to apply glue all over it. Bring the edges as well as the center, and place it on top. Just press it for a couple of minutes till it dries off, so that to make sure that it sticks properly. Alright, now I'm gonna keep it aside to dry off, and next just go ahead and assemble your pumpkins. So all you gotta do is attach the glittery side to the overlays like this. So I'm not gonna use this glue, I'm just using a normal paper glue for this part. Like this. So go ahead and assemble all your pumpkins like this. The small ones as well as the large ones. Alright, so now let me show you how to assemble your pumpkins. So what you're going to do is take the glue gun and so this part just came off. I'm just gonna glue it back here. All right, so what you're gonna do is take your glue gun and apply glue on this edge. A nice thick layer of glue would do. And then take the other pumpkin and just attach it along the edge like this. So hold for a couple of minutes to a couple of seconds for the glue to dry off. And then you can attach the third side just like you attached the previous one. And there you go, your pumpkin is ready. So go ahead and do this for the rest of the pumpkins. Next, go ahead and fold all the body pieces along the score lines to get them ready for assembly. Okay, so all my body pieces are folded along the score lines, and now I'm gonna start assembling the whole thing. So take your base piece, so the long rectangle with the flaps is the base piece. And I'm gonna take the side flaps and glue them right here. So it's actually gonna, so this is our inside part and this is gonna be the outside. So just gonna add some glue here and attach this part right here. Just place it on the table and level it off so that it's exactly along this edge. I'm going to do the same for the other side. Make sure you're applying glue along the edges because that's what's most important here. Right, so this part is done. Next, we're gonna attach these flaps to these rectangle pieces, which are gonna come right here. All right. So this is gonna come here. Make sure everything is perfectly aligned. All right, this looks really nice and tight. I'm gonna move to the next side and similarly apply glue and add the. Okay, so we're all done. Now we're gonna attach these pieces on the inside to make a support. So we're taking the pieces with two flaps on, two large flaps, and not these one with just one flap. So first of all, just go ahead and adjust it, make sure that it fits nice and tight inside. Now I'm going to just take it out and apply glue on one side as well as on these two. So we're only applying glue on 3 sides.
just fit this inside. Make sure that it fits snugly inside along the two side edges like this. Do the same for the other side. So next, this part should come on top like this. So this is what it should look like. So what you're gonna do next is take this side with one flap and apply glue and place it so that the flap is outside and the rectangle is inside, and attach it to each of the sides like I've done over here. So this way you can cover up the inside part. There are no white spaces left. And it gives a nice look to your cart. Alright, so our base pieces are done. Now we can attach these overlays on all of the sides to make it look much better. And if you want a different 3D effect, much more pronounced 3D effect, what you can do is attach some cardboard pieces here and add it to the card so that it looks like it's lifted. It gives this nice lifted touch. So I'm just gonna skip that and just add this one on top. So we are covering up this whole area so that you don't see this whole part, these raw edges. All right, so now we're just gonna attach it here. Alright, so now we're gonna assemble the handles and the legs. So take the handle piece and fold it along the score lines. Next, just add glue on, start adding glue on this flap first. The flap on the side and not the top part. And attach it so that it forms like a cuboid, like this. And then fold the top flaps inside. Add glue on the score flap. And fold it over like this. Hold it for a couple of seconds till it dries off. And we're gonna do the same for this side. Okay, so this is done. So next I'm gonna show you how to assemble the handle. It's pretty much the same as the leg. So fold along the score lines first like this. The goal here is to achieve a cuboid shape. So just add glue along the third section of this whole flap. So as you can see, there are 3 folds here, 1, 2, and 3. So what we're gonna do is add glue on the third portion, on the third side, which is this one. And just gonna fold it over, give it a nice fold like this.
And there you go, we have a nice cuboid shape here. Make sure that it does not cross the folded edge. Okay, so once the side is done, it's now time to attach the top flap. We're going to do this just like we did the leg. So go ahead and do the same thing for the other leg and the other handle. Alright, so now I'm going to show you how to attach the handles as well as the legs. So I did record this earlier, but for some reason the video is missing. So I'm recording this again after assembling the whole thing. So don't get confused. So what you're going to do is take your handle. So this is the handle, and place a mark an inch away from the edge. So this is like 1 inch away from this edge. So you're gonna place a mark here and then apply glue till you reach that point. So all over here you're gonna apply glue and attach it just under this edge, and the mark should touch the edge over here. So once you have attached your handle, you're gonna apply glue to the leg on this side of the leg as well as on the top side, and you're gonna attach it right beside the handle like this. So this whole thing will be under the cart body like this. So I hope that makes sense. And once you're done, it should look like. Use your pen to place a mark here. So this is where you're gonna apply the glue. Now go ahead and apply the glue in between these two marks. So I'm gonna start from here and apply glue all over this place. And the first part is done. Do the same thing for the other side. So make sure that both the wheels are same distance from this edge. All right, we're almost done. Now I'm gonna place the top layer inside like this. So go ahead and add some glue first, these edges, and firmly press this sheet of paper inside. All right, looks pretty good. And now you're gonna just place our pumpkins inside like this. And don't forget to attach your message at the front of the card. And what you can do is, if you want a lifted 3D effect, you can take a piece of cardboard. This is probably something which came in the packing. And I never ever throw any of the packaging. I have like a huge tub of packaging material that I keep so that I can use for crafts. And there are some cereal boxes and boxes for snacks and stuff. They come pretty handy in making cake toppers. So cut out small pieces of this cardboard and glue them one on top of each other to get this layered effect, 3D raised layered effect. So I'd like to glue at least 2 of them together, and now I can just glue this whole portion to the cart. And you can do the same for this part, but I think I'm just gonna attach it without any cardboard directly onto the first layer. Like this. Next, you can go ahead and attach the outer outline of the text.
And lastly, you can add your text here. And there you go. Makes a really nice centerpiece for Thanksgiving or any other gathering you're having at home for fall. Or you can just place it on a mantle or your bookshelf to when you're decorating for fall. So yep, that's pretty much it.